So I actually wrote and finished an entire book, but that's not the best part. The best part is I did it all in less than 21 days. If you're wondering how I did it, then this video is for you. Coming right up. Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. So in the beginning of this year, January 2022, I decided to challenge myself to write and finish a book in 21 days. The book has 21 chapters, so the plan was for me to write at least one chapter per day. But as it turned out, I actually managed to do it quicker than that. I actually finished the book, I think around day 15, day 16, thereabout. So how did I pull it off? I mean, because for most people, writing a book takes years or months at the least. But in my case, I managed to squash it in less than 21 days. So this is how I did it. Number one, my book was inspired by a book called Hustle Hack, or The Hustle Hack by Lisa Elton. So yeah, this is the book that inspired me to write something. So my girlfriend bought me Lisa's book sometime last year. I think it was around October, and I fell in love with the design of the book. I've always wanted to write about universal principles like sacrifice, principles like failure, all those universal principles that govern our life, that govern success. So it's always been a baby that I've been carrying for some time. And seeing Lisa's book, I was like, you know what, I think I know how I need to now structure my own book in order to give people an easy read, something that they can read very quickly without losing, the content, without losing the value of what I'm trying to communicate. Yeah, so the first thing I did was I just got inspiration. And also it gave me an idea on how to go straight to the point. Sometimes as writers we tend to over explain certain things without really finding few words to say the same thing effectively. Another reason why it took me such a short space of time to complete my book is because I've got years of experience writing. I've been writing and practicing for more than a decade, for about 10 years or so. And there's been numerous attempts to publish, but then there were some obstacles along the way. I suppose it wasn't time, but during that process, when I reflect now, I realize that it was valuable time for me to refine my craft, for me to do more research, for me to gain some of the lessons that I'm teaching in my book. So those years of experience were not in vain. Those years of delays where I was trying to hook it up, it was not happening. It was because I was still in training, and that's how I look at it. And now all that hard work is beginning to pay off, because it was very easy for me to write the book. I remember I was telling my lady that I'm writing a book, yet I don't feel overwhelmed. The process is flowing so much that I was really enjoying the process. And I could actually see my years of experience coming into play. I had to think about some of those ideas that I'm talking about in the book, borrowing from my past experiences. So that made it a whole lot easier. Whatever that you're trying to do, maybe you're trying to write a book, maybe you're trying to get into the music industry, whatever it is that you're trying to kick off the ground. If things are not yet happening for you, don't lose heart. Don't think that it's not meant to happen. You may find that you are still being refined, you are still sharpening your craft, so that when you are ready, you become unstoppable. So just want to encourage you there that I know it sounds cliche, but a dream delayed is not a dream denied. It's just a matter of time until you get into a position where now you can put everything that you've been learning into practice and share it with the world. The third reason why the process was so quick for me is because I'm a natural born writer. I've got the gift of writing for as long as I can remember. I think from as early as 12 years old, I used to just randomly write stuff. At some point, I realized that this is actually a gift that I'm given. So that is some type of unfair advantage for me because I'm a gifted writer. That's why it was easy for me to write an entire book, in less than 21 days because I've got the gift. You also are gifted in something, so use your so-called unfair advantage to advance. I remember hearing this idea from a fellow YouTuber, Ali, who was talking about the fact that one of the reasons why people succeed in YouTube is because they leverage on their unfair advantages. If there's something that you're extremely good at, use that to gain momentum, use that to your advantage, so that it can actually help you progress. It can actually help you move forward. If I was not a gifted writer or a skilled or a trained writer, then it would have taken me longer to complete the book. And the fourth reason why it was so quick for me to complete the book is because I decided to go the quick read route. It's a very short book, yet it's packed with valuable insights, valuable information about the various principles of success. So, like I said, I was inspired by Lisa's book. How she structured hers really gave me an idea. So, okay, I can actually, learn from this lady and come up with something unique of my own. So it was a very, very easy process. Chapter 1 would focus on one specific law or principle of the universe. Chapter 2 would then focus on another principle. So I can easily do that every day. I sort of brainstorm, ideas on how to approach a particular principle or law. As I write, and then the next day I focus on another one. So that's how the process was easy. It wasn't a confusing process because I was not trying to do everything at once. I was not trying to think about different concepts all at the same time. So yeah, I think if you're considering self-publishing, I would advise you to start with a quick read. Don't try to release like a 200-pager. I'm sure you're aware that publishing in this country is a bit wayward. It's not easy to get published, and if you do, the sales don't really get to some of the levels that we see internationally. But that doesn't mean that you can't write a bestseller, that you self-publish. It's all about your own hustle. It's all about how you market your book. It's all about how you position yourself in the market as well. It's all about not giving up. But I think if you're starting out, because costs are determined by the size of the publication. So if you've got a 300-page and you're just starting out, you might just be overwhelming yourself in terms of, you'll pay a lot of money for editing, firstly, because it's such a long book. You'll pay a lot of money for typesetting. Typesetting is the process of basically layering the text, structuring the words in a way that is pleasing to the reader. And also, if you have a very lengthy book, you're going to pay a lot of money on printing because printing is usually charged based on the number of pages. So you might want to think about starting with a quick read. It could be like 100-page. It seems like my book is 100-pager, but it's not long because I was very strategic in how I layer the text. So based on how the text are layered, it then requires, then it affords the publication to have more pages, even though it's not too much content that you'll be consuming or that I worked with. The fifth thing that gave me the advantage for me to finish my book so quickly is because I was able to find affordable editing. Sometimes if you are self-publishing, you can get delayed by the fact that editing is very expensive. So you need to try and shop around, especially if you're doing this yourself, until maybe you grow as a writer and then you grab the attention of publishers. Then it's easier then to not worry about things like editing. But if you're doing this yourself, you need to be conscious of editing costs, without compromising the quality. Of course, you need to make sure that you source a great editor that will do the work for you for as little as possible. Not that you're not respecting editors and you don't want to pay them, but obviously you are also hustling. You're also trying to get your writing off the ground. So I think just look around for editors that can do a great job at an affordable rate. I'll share the details of my current editor on the description field. Maybe you might want to give her a shot. She's very good and very affordable as well. And number 6, I decided to do my typesetting myself because I was trying to save costs as much as possible. This is my first book. I'm doing it myself. I don't have a publisher, so I need to try and minimize costs. And one of the ways I did that was to decide to do my own typesetting. I'm not a skilled typesetter, but you can take advantage of templates. On the web, there are a number of book templates that you can purchase that give you a structure. Then all you do is to choose the structure you want, and then you obviously insert your manuscript there, and it's done. If I were to outsource that to someone else, I would have paid probably an additional of about 5,000 Rand just on typesetting alone. So what I did, I went online, I looked for book templates, affordable book templates that gave me a structure. And then from there, I just hoed my own manuscript, and that was it. I mean, I only spent, I think I spent around 300 Rand for the template that I used, and obviously I customized it in a way that I want my book to look, and it looks pretty amazing. You will see when it comes out. By the way, the book is not out yet. It's currently in the editing phase. The editing is almost done, and once that process is completed, then I'll send it to the printers for them to, print the first batch. Very, very exciting. And lastly, dear friends, what I did was I went the print on demand route. Again, because I'm doing this myself, if you try to print a lot of books, you might not afford it. Because you're only starting out. So it's ideal for you to find a print on demand shop where they can, print whenever you have orders. So how I'm planning to do my process is I'm going to be ordering in batches of about 200 to 500 copies at a time. That's still a lot, but it's way more affordable than me trying to order 1,000 books or 10,000 books at a time. I do not have that kind of money at the moment. Maybe as time goes on, let me not say maybe, as time goes by, before the year ends, I'll be in a position to order more. This is me now sending it out to God to say, bless me, Father. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. I mean, I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I feel very accomplished. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and now it's finally done. So yeah, looking forward to your support as well. Just to give you an idea of what the book is about. So as soon as I get my first batch of books or my first batch of copies, I will then talk about the book so that you can also, maybe you might be interested in a copy. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next video.